Good morning. So it's been a while since I've been on here. Let me shift this. And I think it's because I I've always been conflicted on what I want to talk about on here. And I think the reason why it's hard for me to come on here consistently is because there are many times where I'm not talking about the thing that I believe I need to be talking about because it's a hard conversation to actually have. And this is a topic that we don't talk about openly. We may have side conversations. No. I won't say we don't talk about it. I personally am not in the spaces. I have not been in the music. I've been in higher ed for a long time. And this particular conversation, I do not hear being had consistently. And I want to talk about it today. I finally realized how to identify it for myself. And the broad topic is cultural blindness. Cultural blindness. What is cultural blindness? I believe that when we interact with each other as professional musicians, singers, students, in-service music educators, and when I was doing when I was finishing my doctoral degree in service, I think that's like K-12 or public school educators, music educators, music ed majors. We don't teach them from the lens of culture, which means I would say in voice pedagogy, the same thing exists. So there's naturally a cultural blindness in not just classical music, but professional classical music, professional music, the music industry. More than likely, we are very segregated, boxed in with genres. You can, when you enter the world into a genre, you're stuck there. I am only a classical singer because I have all the degrees and I sing classical music. I'm an opera singer, and that's it. But no, there's a cultural blindness to the fact that I've been exposed to many genres of music. Why do I have to be boxed in? I wasn't meant to be boxed in. My voice can do many different things. And that is the thing that I respect about Beyonce. She is blurring the lines. And I think that honestly, every Black country artist is also doing this. Because I'm Black, I have to only do neo soul, soul, gospel, pop, R&B. Okay, that's a huge digress, I think. Maybe not huge, but I think overall in music there is a cultural blindness. And today I really came to think about what angered me so much in the professional classical music environment. And it is cultural blindness. It is the fact that when I entered into the space, my background, my culture, my musical upbringing was not considered at all. It wasn't valued. It wasn't asked about. It wasn't talked about. There was absolutely zero interest in what I brought into classical music, unless it was filtered through the box that the industry wanted it in, which also does not include me and my identity and my culture. So what did I have to do? I had to muzzle it. I had to muzzle it all. I had to cover up my culture and act like it didn't exist. I graduated from my doctoral degree in December of 2022. It is now April of 2025, and I believe it has taken me this long to, one, have the courage to even speak this out loud. What? Or even be able to articulate it in a way to where you might understand. Now, if that was my experience, and if I have heard, now mind you, I've had many voice students while I was finishing my degrees as a TA or teaching, and I'm not the only one with this experience. I coached many of my students, my undergrad students, who were experiencing this same thing. Now, culture does not just include race. It includes gender. It includes socioeconomic status. So we're not just talking about race here, because mind you, my white students had this same issue where in their lessons, culture was not considered. Their culture was not considered. I had Asian students where their culture was not considered. If you can't take the time, now this is a digress. Teachers out there, if you can't take the time to learn how to say your students' names, shame on you. Sorry, I'm on a rant today. I should have prefaced this with this. I'm on a rant today. If you cannot respect your students enough to learn how to pronounce their name correctly, shame on you. It is another area of cultural blindness, and it makes no sense. And we've got to stop, y'all. This is ridiculous. All right. I'm done. Off of that. There are many areas of cultural blindness. And it is our responsibility not only to learn for ourselves what this means in our own teaching, but to teach our students in the same manner. But you can't teach something you don't know. So that's higher education. All right, choral industry, I'm coming to you. I'm coming around the choral lane. These professional choral ensembles, there's a lot of cultural blindness there. And you know what, truth be told, I think that may be another, I'm coming out of a professional choral environment where there is so much cultural blindness. And just because you program a Black composer's music does not mean that you are now culturally seeing. That is an aspect of it. But I think since 2020, all of these organizations were programming Black composers and putting Black singers on their stages. And visually, they wanted Black faces. That's the equivalent of saying in a conversation, "Oh, I have Black friends." No. No, no, and no again. Sorry, this is a rant today. I think there's so much cultural blindness in the classical music industry. And I think that I finally understand there's a level of truth seeking that I believe that God has naturally put in me to look for truth, but also while also speaking it, living it. I finally got to a place to where I don't want to ignore that natural instinct that I have to not live my life enduring that. I am no longer in the professional classical music industry because I'm tired. I was tired. So now I am the chief of staff at a marketing agency, and I love it. I love every minute of it. And now being stuck and bored out of my mind. See, I was made to think the issue was me. No. I'm a brilliant musician. Brilliant. And I can say that confidently. Brilliant musician, brilliant educator, brilliant singer. I was bored. I'm sorry, I'm bored. But because of the cultural blindness in the industry, y'all weren't interested in all the ways that I could pour into. No. You wanted me to filter what's intuitive to me through the lens of which you could understand without learning anything different. Sorry, I'm ranting again. This whole thing is a rant. My bad. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. I need to calm down. I am so excited about what's being uncovered about myself in my current position in this marketing agency. And finally, I am breaking free and I'm healing from what I endured for roughly 20 years in the classical music industry. And I'm finally, after I graduated again in December of 2022, I've gone through a lot of things since then. But it has taken 2+ years for me to realize how to articulate what I've always known. So cultural blindness, and I think that is what I'm going to at least build the next some odd videos on. I think that's what we need to talk about, and that's what we're not talking about. And I don't know if my current audience on this YouTube channel wants to hear about that. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to keep talking about it so that the people who do want to learn more about this can find me. If you know anybody that is interested in having this conversation, either learning about cultural blindness in your specific industry. So if you want to learn about it, what it is, how to identify it, how to shift your mindset, then this is the place to be. If you know anybody that wants to know any more about that or have conversations about that, please send them my way. No matter who watches, this is going to probably be healing for me now that I can identify what the challenge was for me. Anyway, enough ranting. I will have a more structured conversations about this in the future. But I just wanted to come on here and say that. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. Till next time. Bye.